All right, welcome to this video. In this video training, we'll be talking about Amazon advertising. We'll get to explain the whole concept that borders around Amazon advertising. As a matter of fact, this is a very challenging concept. A lot of persons find it very hard to understand the whole concept around advertising on the Amazon platform. But it's very important that you understand this as a publisher, because having this understanding will really impact your publishing business and your profitability as a whole. As more and more customers goes online shopping or chooses online shopping over in-store shopping, advertisers need to take advantage of this audience, of ready-to-buy customers. Nearly 3 in 4 customers start their product search on Amazon.com. A compelling reason for you as a publisher and a brand to learn how to use this powerful advertising tool, that is provided by Amazon. So in 2023 alone, Amazon generated more than $39 billion in advertising revenue alone. Imagine that. That shows that the number of persons that are getting skilled in the concept of advertising is increasing on a daily basis, and you really need to get yourself skilled in that, because Amazon as a platform is a big e-commerce platform that a lot of products owners and brand owners have their product listed on the platform. So you really need to learn how to advertise on the Amazon platform. Just like people learn how to advertise on Facebook, Google, and every other platform that is out there. Yeah. So the cost of advertising on the Amazon platform is increasing. Yeah, because a lot of persons are getting to use the platform. A lot of products are listed on a daily basis. So the competition is increasing. The cost is increasing. Yeah. Even likewise to Facebook and so many other platforms, the cost of advertising on the platform is increasing on a daily basis. So, and the reason behind that is because the level of expertise is increasing. The quantity of product that is listed on the platform is increasing, and the cost of running the whole services or the whole operation is also increasing. So brands are becoming more and more competitive on a daily basis. So we'll be talking about the ultimate Amazon PPC marketing. And what does PPC mean? PPC stand for pay per clicks. So the concept of Amazon is that Amazon is not more like a Facebook platform whereby you run ad, and your ad is charged based on impression and so many other activities that goes on. Like if you run a Facebook ad, you'll be charged for impression, you'll be charged for clicks, and you'll be charged for a whole lot of other metrics. But on the Amazon platform, you are charged only when a customer clicked on your product. Only when a customer clicks on the product, that is when you are charged. So it's a PPC marketing system. So pay per clicks. Yeah, so you get to understand all of that at the course of this video, and I hope you get to understand this once and for all, because it will really impact your publishing business. And the concept that you'll be learning from this, you can use it for any other product or services that you want to sell on the Amazon platform. Yeah, so it is still possible to run profitable PPC campaign on Amazon with the proper pricing strategy, to secure your profitability. It is important to be informed about the advertising best practice. So what ad cost you are up against, and how to figure out what your cost per click might be. So you really have to learn all of that, and going forward, you will know, number one, where Amazon advertisers spend the most. So you get to understand all of that at the course of this video, where money is spent mostly on the Amazon platform, and how much it costs to advertise on Amazon. You really get to know that. So how to estimate your own cost per click. Yeah, so the cost per click that one publisher might have at the end of the advertising campaign is different from that which I might have or any other person. So you really need to understand your own cost per click, and where are Amazon advertisers spending most of their ad budget. Yeah, you get to understand whether you are launching a brand new book or you have hundreds of books with thousands of reviews. Amazon advertising is essential to the success of many sellers. So as a publisher, Amazon advertising is essential. And it's so funny that a lot of platforms have been optimized in such a way that if you have your product listed on the platform and you are not putting in the effort of promoting that product with your resources, be it money or whatever, your product visibility will be greatly minimized or suppressed, as the case may be. I've experienced that on a lot of platforms. I don't want to call names here, but I've experienced that on a lot of platforms. They suppress your content, if they know that this content have the potential to, to impact people, to bring you profit or something of that nature. The algorithm tracks that, but to a greater extent, the Amazon platform doesn't do that per se, but it is essential that as a publisher, you promote your content, you struggle for that visibility. Very important to do that. So book publishers and brand registered sellers can make use of the 3 PPC ad type. So there are three PPC ad types, as we'll get to understand at the course of this video. And one of the ad type is a sponsor product, and that will be our major focus as far as this video is concerned. Sponsor product, sponsor brand, and lock screen ad. These are the three major ad type that is on the Amazon platform. If you are not enrolled in brand registry, only sponsor product is available to you. Yeah, it's very important you have that at the back of your mind. Not necessarily only sponsor product, but if you're not a registered brand, you can do a sponsor product and lock screen ad. Yeah, but for sponsor brand, you need to be a registered brand. So as far as KDP publishing is concerned, I focus mostly on sponsored product because it is cost effective, and it gives me the leverage to run out for a whole lot of product instead of just a lock screen ad that is restricted to just a product, or that is restricted to just a book. Yeah, so you get to understand all of that at the course of this video. So choosing your campaign type. So these are the three major campaign types that is available on the Amazon platform. We have the sponsor product, sponsor brand, and lock screen ad. If you check your platform, you get to understand briefly what all of this is about. So sponsor product is the most popular ad type among sellers and brand. So a lot of persons out there do sponsor product because it helps them to promote their product listing on the Amazon platform. So brand also focus their budget on ad products that produces a good return on investment. So as you get started or even begin to think about running ad on the Amazon platform, your number one focus is what? Is profitability. What would your ROI become at the end of the day? What would your return on investment be at the end of the day? You really have to check that. If you are putting in $100 to run ad on the Amazon platform, what are you expecting to make at the end of the day? So you really have to put all of those factors into consideration so that your budgeting and your strategy will be in coherence with your plan. You get it? So you get to learn all of that at the course of this video. So why the average return on ad spend, that is what ROAS stands for, return on ad spend. Why the average return on ad spend for each Amazon PPC ad product drops year over year. All three ad types are still profitable ways to promote your book on the Amazon platform. So all the three ad types are still profitable, but you get to understand why I focus mostly on the sponsor product ad type. So statistics shows that sponsor product yield the highest return on ad spend compared to sponsor brand and lock screen ad. That is the secret. So from statistics, it has been proven that sponsor product ad yield the highest return on investment. So sponsor product ad type is very easy to set up and allow you to get in front of the right customer from day one of your launch. That is why I've experienced it personally, whereby I launch my campaign and instantly as my campaign goes live, my product starts selling on the Amazon platform. So the sponsor product ad helps you to push specific product to the right customers at the right time. So even though this ad type is available to every professional seller or to every professional publisher, it still presents a big opportunity to uniquely advertise your book and convert visitors into customers. So you get to learn all of that at the course of this video. The higher the return on ad spend, the more profitable your campaign will be. But it doesn't always work this way. As a matter of fact, there are many times we spend a lot of money on ad and then the ad turns up not to be profitable. Yeah. But lock screen ad is better for visibility and brand awareness versus profitability. When you are running a lock screen ad, you are trying to promote your brand. And I see a lot of authors, do that on the Amazon platform. They pick up a particular book that they have invested a lot of energy into writing. They go on a lock screen ad for that book. So it's a highly profitable way to run ad on the Amazon platform. But just like I said earlier, we'll be focusing more on the sponsor product ad type. So as such, they present a low return on ad spend to the other two ad type. So you really get to understand that. So there are important metrics that you really need to take note of as far as running ad on the Amazon platform is concerned. So sponsor product ad. In sponsor product ad, you have the option to run a manual campaign or an automatic campaign. In my YouTube channel, there is a video that I covered on all of this campaign strategy, be it manual campaign, automatic campaign, and the custom text campaign, standard text, standard ad campaign, and all of that. So I covered all of that in a YouTube video. So I will drop the link to the YouTube video so that you can watch it and get to understand how all of that work. When you come to the channel, just type in the name of the video you want. Let's say Amazon ad. Let's say Amazon ad, and you search. All right, so you see all the videos that I talked about ads. So this one is on a complete tutorial from the beginning to the ending of how you can set up your ad, custom ad, and all of that. And then this one is on the custom text ad. Sorry, this one is on standard ad. and then automatic and then manual targeting, and then this one is about custom text ad. So you can come watch this, to understand exactly the whole concept around campaign, bidding strategies, keyword targeting, product targeting, and all of that. Yeah. So you choose the keywords you want to target in a manual campaign. That is one of the most important thing. And not just keyword, you can choose particular products that you want to target, at the course of your campaign. And you can also choose, the product either using their name or using their ASIN. But in automatic campaign, Amazon chooses your keywords based on the title of your book, the bullet point, the description, and the 7 back-end keywords. So why at the course of you writing your book, you give a title to your book, and that you also give a subtitle and a book description. So all of those essential points in your book description that you either bullet them, or that you either bullet points them, or you put you give a number casing to them, or something of that nature. There is a way you format your book description that draws the attention of Amazon algorithm to, and then use those words that are captured, or those phrases that are captured in your book description to generate the keywords that they will target. You understand? And also the 7 back-end keyword that we normally feel, Amazon make use of those information very well at the cost of automatic campaign type. So they pick all of those words, pick all of those phrases, and all of those keywords to target your campaign on. So that is why when you are writing your book, you need to be very, very focused and attentive to the kind of title you use, and also the kind of keywords that you use at the 7 back end. And definitely there are other strategies that I normally teach my students on how to embed keywords in their book description. So you really have to practice that if you want your book to gain maximum visibility, be it at the cost of an organic campaign, whatever that goes on the Amazon platform as soon as your book goes live, or at the cost of you running a paid promotion. So you really get to understand all of that. So within the automatic campaign targeting, there are 4 different match type you can turn on. So you have the loose, the close, the substitute, and the complement. All of these match type are important depending on what you want to accomplish at the end of the day. But you get to understand which one is of more importance as compared to others at the course of this video. So out of all the match type, close and loose match are among the top 3 ad targeting type for actual return on investment. I repeat, out of all the match type, close and loose match type are among the top 3 ad targeting type for actual return on investment. So the substitute and the complement doesn't, culminate in a better return on ad spend. So you really need to have that at the back of your mind, because sometimes I see people running ad and then they are imputing values, they are bidding for, complement, bidding for substitute. And at the end of the day, all of these biddings that you did at the cost of setting up your campaign, you end up exposing yourself to greater ad spend, or to a higher ad spend. So you are spending money for complement keyword, you are spending money for substitute keywords. So your book will be visible to people or to customers that doesn't have interest on your product. So you really need to stay focused on close match type and loose match type, something of that nature. It will help you, to mitigate a lot of losses, and also, put your campaign on a profitable direction. So loose match type has the lowest CPC. So what CPC stands for is what? Cost per click. So loose match type, gives you a lower cost per click as compared to close match type, substitute, and complement. Close match type ad result in the greatest return on ad spend at a 14 and 13 day period. So what that means is that for you to understand the profitability of your close match ad type or bidding strategy, you need to give it a duration of 14 to 30 days period. That is more like 14 to 1 month. You understand? So within that duration, you'll be able to gather data that will help you understand how effective your campaign strategy is working and how effective particular keywords are working. So this is because the more relevant the ad is to a customer, the more intent the customer has to buy that product. So it happens sometimes you're on the YouTube platform watching video and you see ad popping on your screen, and instantly you click on what? Skip ad. Why are you doing that? You are not interested on that ad. It's as simple as that. And that is one of the things people don't understand. You think, by just popping up your product in front of your customers, you can get their attention to buy. It doesn't work that way. A customer really needs to be intentional about looking for a particular stuff before you forward that product to the customer. So if your product is forwarded to a customer that has no interest on your product, automatically if a customer mistakenly clicked on that product, Amazon will charge you for it. So if a customer is searching for, let's say, herbal remedies, and you are pushing coloring book to that customer, automatically the customer will just either click on that ad on that your book cover, based on the fact that the book cover is nice, and then move on. What the customer is looking for is herbal remedy, not coloring book. So you really need to be strategic on all of this. That is why using a loose match, exposes you to lower click cost per click, but using a close match gives you, better return on ad spend. So as customers are looking for a particular product that is closely related to your product will be made available to them. And if your product grabs their attention, they click on it, and the possibility of buying that product is very high, because that is where their attention is focused on. So broader match type like substitute, category, and complement, may result in irrelevant impression and clicks. Yeah, because impression and clicks work hand in hand. So if your campaign is getting high impression, there is a high possibility that the clicks will also be increasing in that direction. So when you use a broad match type like ASIN, substitute, category, there are times that people run ad and then they target a particular category. That is very broad. And also complement. So all of this will result in irrelevant impressions. So your product, your book will be massively, seen, and the possibility of you accumulating a lot of unnecessary clicks will be high as well. So this results in a lower return on ad spend and a higher cost. So this is because the broader your ad are, the less relevant they become to each shopper searching for your product or for your book, as our case is concerned. So it's just simple. You are too common, you are too available. So it becomes so easy for people to get familiar with you, and automatically you lose your value. It works that way, even in the marketing concept. So Amazon advertising cost explained. So we'll be explaining the entire concept that borders around the cost of advertising on the Amazon platform. So the cost of advertising on Amazon depends on a few different factors. And there are 3 factors that determine how much you spend, running ad on the Amazon platform. The ad type you choose determines how much you spend. Your daily budget, your ad targeting type, your bid per keywords, which is called the BPK. You understand? So all of these factors determine how much you spend on Amazon ad. So spending just $10 a day on your campaign can work, but if the campaign is not profitable, you are going to end up spending more money than you make. And that is one of the reasons. I see a lot of my students, want to start running ad on the Amazon platform by just spending $10. Their budget is $10, and that is all they have. It's understandable, but most of the time you discover that immediately your campaign goes live, you're already hitting $30, you're already hitting $50, you're already hitting $100 on ad spend. And if you look at your dashboard, the sales is not coming, your royalty is not dropping. So you are spending more than what you are making in that ad campaign. So you really need to understand that you need to target relevant keyword in your campaign, but your ad conversion also depend on other important factors, such as the type of niche and the type of book that you have chosen to sell. So there are some niches that are highly competitive, like even all the niches that borders around low content, something like notebook, coloring books. These are highly competitive niche that if you venture into, definitely you should be ready to spend heavily on ad. So your book pricing, if your book is too expensive, it becomes quite challenging for customers to decide whether to buy your own or to buy your competitor's own. And if your book is of lesser price, it also tells on the customer that they might perceive your book to be of lesser quality as compared to that of your competitors. That is why you need to take the average in every niche that you goes into. So if a particular keyword, if you are targeting a particular keyword, you need to take the average of the pricing that all your competitors are using there, so that you can determine or decide what should be your pricing for that book. So you really need to check all of that. And also your book cover design. If you have a poor book cover design, the attention of your customers will not be drawn to your book, and that will automatically result in what? In lower sales. So you need to give attention to how good your book cover design is before you venture into running ad on the Amazon platform. Also your A+ content. So there are some niches that when you publish your book on, if you see that your competitors have quality A+ content on their work, you need to invest in quality A+ content as well. If you have a poor A+ content on your book, it won't communicate the idea of your book effectively to your customers. And if your competitor have good A+ content, definitely, as your book is showing side by side with your competitor's book will be picked and yours will be clicked and probably rejected and all of that. So you really need to pay attention to all of that. And the last factor that determines how profitable your ad is the kind of reviews you have gained. So before you go into running ad on the Amazon platform, let's say you have a book that you have published and there is no review, gotten for that book yet. It is good to run ad for that kind of book, but one of the things that might happen is that if your book begins to accumulate bad reviews, it will result in low sales, because customers decide most of the time by what other customers that have come in contact with your product are saying. So if the customers that have come in contact with your book give positive review for your work, definitely other customers, it will shorten their decision-making process. They won't even want to bargain a lot. They just go straight into buying your product because other persons that have come in contact with your product have good reviews about your product. That is why some publishers go the extent of buying positive review for their work. They buy like hundreds or 200 positive review for their work, and then as that work goes live and other customers begin to interact with it, the decision of those customers will be impaired by the positive review that is already on ground. It's a very terrible strategy that Amazon is solidly against, and it can impact on your account big time, like leading to account termination and suspension and all of that. So you really need to have all of those information in the back of your mind. So if you send traffic to a poorly optimized book, the customer is less likely to purchase from you. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So there was I saw a book that had 1 star, like 50% 1 star review and terrible comment and all of that. And the author of that book was busy running ad to the book, and I was like, man, why is this guy doing this? Why is this guy doing this? Because that poor review that has already struck that book will impact the sales or the return on ad spend for that product, because as customer at every point in time, customers want to make purchase and they go to the review section. They found out that 50% of people that have come in contact with this book gave a bad review or a negative review. Automatically that is a turn off for that customer. Many of them will just move out. But mind you, they clicked on your book, and that is automatic word click, and automatically you'll be spending money for that click. So the kind of review you get determines whether you make sales at the cost of your campaign. And all the other optimizing factors that we have stated, which is the niche type, the book pricing, the cover design, the A+ content, will definitely impact on the profitability of your campaign. So however, there's no one side that fits all when it comes to the ad cost on the Amazon platform. It is going to be different for every book, for every niche, and for every publisher. So you need to have this at the back of your mind. It takes time to learn, but once you have properly optimized your book and campaign, you will notice higher conversion and a higher return on ad spend. That is the truth about all of this. My coach, when I got into his training, I saw something very amazing about his strategy. I saw a day that he spent was it $32 to make $3,000 for one of, I don't know how many copies of book he sold, but that was a report on his Amazon ad dashboard. It was so amazing. Imagine you spending just $32 to make more than $3,000 for that month. That is amazing, and that means he understood what he was doing and he has a strategy at heart. So you really need to master this thing, and once you have mastered it, you know how to spend, you know how to strategize, and definitely you become profitable in your publishing business. So what should your daily advertising budget be? I know that's one of the questions now. Since I've said all that I've said, you might be asking, what should my daily advertising budget be? I will recommend that you start with $50 to $100 per day. That is a recommended budget. So you want to start a campaign, start with $50 to $100 a day for your pay-per-click campaign. But you can easily start with just $5 to $10 a day and make adjustment over time. Yeah, so as a matter of fact, for the fact that you budgeted $50 per day doesn't mean Amazon will spend all of that money immediately. It doesn't work that way. You get it? Yeah. So that is why I could still remember one of the coaching program that I took at the course of my publishing journey. The coach made a statement, and he said you can hack into the advertising space by budgeting, like you say you want to spend $1,000 a day. You understand? So Amazon algorithm will be like, wow, this publisher is loaded, this publisher is ready, and they will be pushing out your campaign believing that you want to spend $1,000 per day. But at the end of the day, your work will gain the visibility, you get the appropriate clicks, and you make the money, but definitely you won't spend that $1,000 per day. You won't spend it. So it's a funny strategy that might work for you and definitely might not work for you. So you have to be highly regulated, because even when you said you want to spend $5 per day, your bidding strategy, are you bidding down only, or you are bidding up and down, or you have a fixed bidding strategy? So if you said you want to spend $5 per day and your bidding strategy is up and down, by the time you watch the video on how to run ad on the Amazon platform on my YouTube channel, you get to understand the concept of bidding down, up and down, bidding down only, and all of that. So there are concepts that I've explained in that video. So try to watch it out. When you come to the channel, just type in the name of the video you want. Let's say Amazon ad. Let's say Amazon ad. And you search. All right, so you see all the videos that I talked about ads. So this one is on a complete tutorial from the beginning to the ending of how you can set up your ad, custom ad, and all of that. And then this one is on the custom text ad. Sorry, this one is on standard ad, and then automatic and then manual targeting. And then this one is about custom text ad. So you can come watch this, to understand exactly the whole concept around campaign, bidding strategies, keyword targeting, product targeting, and all of that. Yeah. So if you are bidding down only, definitely Amazon won't even end up spending that $5 that you have budgeted for that day. But if your ad bidding strategy is bid up and down, the possibility of spending all the budget for that day is high. And if you have a fixed budget of $5, Amazon will expose your ad based on that budget for that day. And in a situation whereby your ad budget for a particular day is spent out, what will happen is that your campaign will be paused for that day. It will be paused automatically. So the following day, it will get started again, except you cancel the campaign or you close the campaign, as the case may be. So gather data while you let your campaign run for few weeks. My coach will normally recommend 7 days. So from 7 days interval, you'll be able to gather the data that that will help you decide whether this keyword is working well, this keyword is not working well, whether this campaign strategy is working well, or whether this campaign strategy is not working well. So you can make informed decision on which keyword to target and what keyword bid to make and further improve your book placement. So you need to leave your ad to run. Sometimes I see guys, beginning to complain within 1 day of their campaign going live. They're like, it's not getting click, I'm not making sales, and it's just 2 days. No, you need to leave that campaign to run for at least 7 to 14 days so that you can gather sufficient data that will influence your decision-making process and help you to make the necessary adjustment as far as running ad or your campaign is concerned. So watch your budget. Watch your budget. If it runs out early, your campaign will be paused, just like I said earlier. If you find your budget running low, simply increase your daily budget. If you are profitable, so if you are profitable, increase your daily budget so that you can become more profitable, or remove or change costly keywords that are not converting into sales. Yeah, there are some keywords that just bring you clicks, so customers are just clicking on that keywords and they are not buying. You understand? So the keyword that brings you sale, Amazon will show it on your campaign dashboard. You will see, okay, so keyword, when a customer saw it, clicked on it, it brought you 2 sales, it brought you 3 sales, 5 sales. So keywords that are just accumulating clicks and spend, remove those keywords. And keywords that are bringing you sales, increase your bidding for that keyword. It is as simple as that. So, for example, if your ad run for 7 days with a daily budget of $10 a day, at the end of the 7 days, you will have spent $70 on ad. If those ad yield only $100 in sales after Amazon fees and cost of book, your campaign isn't profitable. It's as simple as that. You spend $70 to make $100. That's so your profit at the end of the day is $30. So the campaign is not profitable. It's as simple as that. But in a situation whereby that happens, what you need to do is that you will need to take a look at the keyword you are targeting and figure out why they are not converting into sales. Probably your keyword is not a close match, to the product you are promoting, or there are so many broad keywords that you are using, or there are so many loose keywords you are using. You have to check out all of those factors to know which one, or to know why you are not converting into sales, so that you can make the necessary adjustment. But if those ads brought $500 to $1,000 in sales, okay, now let me explain. Let's say you spend $70, just like my coach, he spent $32 to make $3,000. So if you spend like that, then you have done something right. It's as simple as that. And this is an opportunity to think about increasing your daily budget, because if you are spending $70 in 14 days or in 7 days, and you are making $500 to $1,000 for your book sales, then if you increase your daily budget to $10, there is a high possibility, or let's say you increase your daily budget, your daily budget to $20, there is a high possibility of you making $10,000. The mathematics is that simple, and it is feasible. So it is an opportunity for you to increase on your daily budget, so your effective ad runs longer, resulting in a boost in sales. So how keyword bid work? We'll be covering this right now. How does keyword bidding work? So when you are bidding for a particular keyword, how does it work? So if you look at this picture here, we have a product related to this item. We see this a lot, when you are on the Amazon platform searching for information, so, and when you see book appearing like this, most of the time people don't really understand what is going on, but you get to understand that shortly. So a keyword bid is the amount you are willing to pay when someone click on your ad. That is what keyword bid means. The amount you are willing to pay when a customer clicked on your ad. So if you bid $1, it means at every point in time a customer clicked on your book cover to view what you have written and all of that, you will be charged $1 for that. So when you place a bid, you are bidding against your book competitors for ad placement. So by the time we move forward, you get to understand what I'm trying to say. So if you set your bid at 0.5 cent, that is the maximum amount you will pay each time someone clicked on your book. Mark that line, someone, because sometimes on the Amazon platform, it is not just customers that are clicking on your book. Competitors also clicked on your book. Publishers, fellow publishers clicked on your book when they are making research, looking for, profitable book to write on. They clicked on your book. It's as terrible as that. That is why I train my students not to click on any book that shows sponsored, because that is wickedness. You as a publisher, you know what is going on. You know that as you are clicking on that sponsored book, and you are not buying that book, you are just going there to make research on which book to write, and you are clicking on a fellow publisher book that is running ad. What is happening is that publisher is spending money. Amazon will charge that publisher for that click. So don't do that. Don't do that, because definitely whatever evil you do to people, you get a repay back. You understand? You get a repay for that. So stay away from that, because I feel terrible when I see people do that. So if your competitor has a higher bid for that particular keyword, then they will have better ad placement. That's the logic. So this does not mean your ad will not appear before customers, but your competitor ad will be in a spot ahead of you. So that is the logic about bidding. So if you bid $1 and your competitor is bidding $2, your competitor product will show before your own product, because he is bidding higher than you. So here's how it works. So back to that very picture that I showed us at the course of this section on keyword bidding, you will see that this book appears before this one, and this one appears before this one, and this one appears before this one. So all of them are appearing based on their bidding. So let's say this author is bidding $2. This second author is bidding $1.5, and this third author might be bidding $1, and then this author might be bidding $0.99. You get the point? So all of them get their placement based on their bidding, or based on their bid. Now, mind you, you might be thinking, so there's nothing there, I'm not losing because all of them are on the same grid. No, most of your customers shop on the platform using their handset. So if someone is using his or her handset, or let's say smartphone, let me put it that way. If someone is using a smartphone to search for this product will appear first in a horizontal form, in a vertical form. You get the point? So this product will be above this one will be above this one, and this one will be above this one. You get the point? But in a vertical, in a horizontal order, you see that all of them are on the same line. So you might feel, okay, there is nothing there. At the end of the day, all the customers will see it. No. So if they are in a vertical order, what will happen is that this first ad have higher chance of getting a click and a purchase as compared to this second one, and as compared to the fourth one. So you really need to understand this. All right. So Amazon will also offer you recommended bid amount. It happens. So as you are trying to set up your bid, Amazon will suggest bid for you. So if you follow their bid suggestion, you stand a high chance of getting a better ad placement. But mind you, if you follow their suggestion, you might end up, doing stuff that goes against your budget. So imagine you having $100 budget for that campaign, and you are following Amazon bid suggestion of of 1 point something, 2 point something dollars, man, you spend a lot, and at the end of the day, your campaign will not last longer, and you'll not be able to gather sufficient data to decide on how to optimize and all of that. So you need to be mindful on how you go with Amazon bid suggestion. So going with Amazon recommendation will typically land you on a higher ad placement in the search result. This, use this recommendation from Amazon as a guide, but you can change your bid at any time. Bid higher or lower amount, make adjustment, and see how your entire ad perform at the end of the day. So you really need to check all of this. So setting your maximum bid to 0.5 cents doesn't mean that you will always pay 0.5 cents per click. That is one of the most important things you need to have at the back of your mind. Your CPC may be lower depending on what the next highest bidder has chosen. So if your closest competitor is only bidding 0.3 cents per click, you will pay 0.31. Mind you, you bidded 0.50 cents, but your competitors, which let's say your closest competitor is bidding very low, Amazon will automatically lower your bid to 0.3 instead of you spending 0.5 cents. The algorithm is that favorable. Like I love Amazon, algorithm when it comes to advertisement. It's very, very interesting if you get to understand how it works. So you can bid lower than the recommended amount, but bidding lower in an effort to save some money has a disadvantage. You understand? So you see the suggested bid or the recommended bid that Amazon gave to you, and you are bidding like 60% or 90% lower than the suggested bid. Definitely you experience the disadvantage side of that decision, because you might end up having your product not visible to your target audience. So for example, if you are bidding lower than your competitor, your ad may not appear in the prime location, be it on the first page, on the product page, and all of that. So may not appear in the prime location within the search result. The lower you bid, the smaller the chance of your ad appearing. If you bid at the recommended amount or higher, your ad has a better chance of appearing at the very top of the search result. It's as simple as that. And this is how this concept works. So if you are bidding much lower than other publishers in your niche, your ad may not even show up at all. So if other publishers in your niche, let's say you are in a cookbook diet or whatever, and other publishers in that niche are bidding from $1 and above, and you decide to bid 0.1 cent or 0.2 or 0.3, you are lower in your bidding, and automatically your ad might not even show up. That's the truth. So this is why it is very important to test and understand what it may cost per click, per keyword. You really need to understand that before you venture into that. And that is what we'll be covering in the next section of this video. So how to estimate your cost per click. So Amazon shows you the recommended bid amount for each keyword that you are targeting in your campaign. So you see something like this: suggested bid 1.06, 0.79 to 1.26. This is their suggested bid. So if you see a suggested bid like this, even if you want to bid lower than this, don't go too far away from this suggested bid, because if you do that, you are exposing your ad to low visibility. So you really need to understand this. So it is important to understand what it will cost per click for the main keyword in your niche before you invest in a book. If the average CPC per keyword is very high, that may tell you that the niche is very competitive. So if you come to the like at the cost of you setting your campaign, and you saw that the suggested bid that Amazon is giving to you here is in the range of $1 to $2 or to $3, that automatically tells you that the bidding for per click is very, very competitive, and that alone should tell you what you should be expecting. And it will be harder to gain impression on your ad and listing that is for your book. So if you are bidding too low in a very competitive niche, definitely you know what is going to happen. So you can expect to pay anywhere from 0.05 cents to $10 per click for a pay per click campaign. You can pay as high as $10 per click. Imagine that. So your book will be the first. Imagine if other competitors are paying $5, other competitors are paying $2, and you are bidding $10 for a position or for an ad placement. It means as soon as a customer type Golo Diet Cookbook, your book is number one. As a drop Golo Diet Cookbook, your book is showing as number one because you are the highest bidder for that keyword. You understand? Yeah, so that's how it works. So this is very, there's a very wide range, but the amount you end up paying depends on how competitive your niche is. So it is hard to confidently give an average CPC because it will truly vary depending on the product, that is the book, and the market, which is a niche that you are, advertising or bidding for. So for example, a competitive book such as coloring book for adult, just that keyword, coloring book for adult, is very competitive. If you drop this keyword on the Amazon search bar, you should be expecting nothing less than 20,000 search result. You understand? So it has an estimated exact bid cost of let's say 7.50 cent per click and 4.57 per click for broad match. So you need to understand this. Sometimes when you check the Amazon platform and you are inserting keywords that you want to target, you will see something like broad and exact. Broad and exact. So you need to be very careful with what you choose, because an exact keyword, like if you said you are bidding for this exact keyword, you have to pay high. For instance, let's say Golo Diet Cookbook. Golo Diet Cookbook. Now, that is an exact keyword. Now, if you are bidding for that exact keyword, you might have to pay, let's say, $10, right? If you choose the exact keyword, you might have to pay $10. But if you say broad, it means even if someone type Golo Diet, not Golo Diet Cookbook, that is a broad stuff, Golo Diet, your book will appear. If you said Golo Cookbook, your book will appear. If there is just Golo, your book will appear. Diet Cookbook, your book will appear. Cookbook, your book will appear, because these are all broad keyword. So if you are bidding for a broad keyword, you might have to you experience a lower bid per click. But if you are bidding for an exact keyword, then you might experience a higher bid or a higher cost per click. So you need to have this at the back of your mind before you start bidding, so that you don't end up spending more than your budget. So let's get back. So compare this to a less competitive book, such as coloring book for senior adult with dementia. Now you see that at the cost of you niching down, you have automatically lowered the bidding, because fewer publishers will be bidding for this kind of keyword. Coloring book for senior adult with dementia. Automatically, the bidding for this kind of keyword will be lower, be it in exact or in broad. But in a situation whereby you are targeting coloring book for adult, that is a highly competitive keyword, and automatically the bidding, be it in exact or in broad, will be higher. So understand this concept. So suggested bid are calculated daily based on past bidding activity for ads similar to yours to predict bids that are more likely to win. You get the concept? So on a daily basis, Amazon algorithm gathers information relating to a particular bid and then determines what the cost for that bid should be. You understand? And they use that to predict the likelihood of a particular keyword or for a particular bid to win. So check out advanced software like Jungle Scout to understand how to easily calculate average CPC for your listing. And when I say for your listing, I mean the book that you publish on the Amazon platform that you intend to run ad for. Check this out. Use advanced software like Jungle Scout. You can check it out. Check out videos on YouTube to understand how to use it, because that is not covered in this video. Now, the next concept that we need to understand when it comes to advertising on the Amazon platform is advertising cost of sale, which is generally called ACoS, advertising cost of sale. Now you have a good idea of what it will cost you to target each of these keywords in your advertising campaign on Amazon. Another important aspect of targeting keyword is figuring out what your target advertising cost of sale will be. It's very important you understand that. Now, what is advertising cost of sale? Every time you see ACoS, what does it mean? Amazon ACoS is calculated by dividing ad spend by average ad revenue. Is calculated by dividing ad spend by ad revenue, then converting it to a percentage. Example, if you spend $50 on an ad campaign and earn $100 from it, your ACoS will be 50%. So how do we calculate that? You spend $50 and you earn $100. So you divide $50 by $100, which would be 0.5, right? Now you multiply 0.5 by 100%, you have what? 50% ACOS. So generally, as a rule of thumb, what I do is that any ACOS that is from 50% above is not too profitable. Yeah, A plus, sorry, I say A plus, ACOS that is above, sometimes like there are people that start measuring from 25. Yeah, 25, depending on the niche you find yourself. ACOS from 25 and above is not a profitable ACOS. If you have an ACOS of 10%, it means you are making a lot of profit from that ad. So check out your ACOS. Check out your ACOS. Just like we already said, if you spend $70 to make $100, you are not profitable. If you spend $70 to make $100, that is more like a 70% ACOS. A 70% ACOS, and that is not profitable at all. That is not profitable. So you really need to understand how to calculate your ACOS. So your ACOS is essential for measuring and evaluating the success of your PPC advertising campaign. Knowing your target ACOS will also allow you to make necessary adjustments for optimizing them. Before you invest in book, make sure you factor in your potential advertising costs as well, not just the book cost and Amazon fees alone. You really need to factor in, what costs you are ready to accommodate or you are ready to have to know whether this campaign is profitable or not. Now, understanding your Amazon advertising pricing. Understanding your Amazon advertising pricing. So what are the benefits of a well-planned Amazon ad? If you plan your ad very well, it will increase your sales. It will increase your book visibility, which is the impression, and it will lower your ad cost and definitely massive profit in your pocket. So if you have a good ad, Amazon ad planned out, and you follow all that we have said in this video, definitely you should be ready for a big catch, as far as advertising on the Amazon platform is concerned. So advertising billing. Amazon charges for the number of click or viewable impressions you receive on your ad. The number of clicks and viewable impression you receive on your ad. So I've been talking about the number of clicks, right? So viewable impression is when you do a lock screen ad. If you do a lock screen ad, as your ad pop up on the Kindle device of your customers, and they are viewing it, you will be automatically charged for that. Viewable impressions. As your brand appears to customers, you'll be charged for that. But in a sponsored product ad, you only charge when a customer or a potential customer clicked on your ad. So, what is credit limit? Very important to understand it. Amazon ad credit limit begins at $50. So, immediately you connect your credit card on the Amazon platform and you set up your account that you want to run ad, Amazon begins your credit limit at $50. Many times, like when I started out, I never understood the fact that there is something called credit limit. So I ran my ad. I already, Amazon charged me, is it $1? And then as the ad continued running, all of a sudden I spent $150, and Amazon was hitting my credit card. They want to debit me, and I was like, "What's going on?" I was confused. So you really need to understand your credit limit. So when you start a campaign, know that your credit limit is set at $50. So that alone should tell you that your budget for that first campaign should be a minimum of $50. So target your campaign in such a way that you spend nothing less than $50, please. So that in a situation whereby you budget to pay Amazon at the end of the month, because these are some of the strategies that I share with my student. If you want to run ad on the Amazon platform, since Amazon normally charges at the end of the month, you can run a $0 ad campaign. What I mean by that is you don't need to have the $50 to start running ad for your book, right? You decide to run the ad, you set up your credit card, so at least you just need like $5 on that credit card. You understand? Be it virtual card by Gray, GPay, or whatever that you are using. You need at least $5 on it, or let's say $3 on it, so that Amazon can check whether that card is active, right? Now they have checked that your card is active. You launch your campaign. Now, as you are spending on your campaign, be monitoring it. As soon as you are getting to let's say getting close to $50 and you are still in the middle of the month, well, you can pause that ad, because definitely if you have payment coming, if you have a royalty payment coming in by 29th, you should know that, okay, your strategy should be that you run that ad within the spending limit of $50. for that month, so that as soon as you receive your payment by 29th of the month, you can fund your virtual card and pay for the $50 that you have spent. So in other words, you have been able to successfully run your ad for a whole month for free without having to pay instantly. That is one good thing about Amazon ad. It's not a prepaid system. So I never understood this strategy when I started out. So I just started my ad. They did the first charge, the first billing, which was not even up to $5, just to check that my card is working effectively. And then I started running ad. Before I knew it, my ad was at $150. And Amazon began to hit my credit card. They wanted to bill me, and there was no money available on the card. I was like, man, how do I get out of this? And that was how my ad was paused. And then I had to wait for my payment to come in. And then I have to make that payment of it amounted to $200 and something. It was so painful, seriously, because I wasn't ready for that level of expenditure. So you need to understand your credit limit. Your first campaign, $50. Your second campaign, your credit limit will increase to $150. Your next campaign, it will increase to $200. Your next campaign, it will increase to $350, and then finally $500. You see? So you need to understand that. But some of us, we venture into ad and we spend $300 on the go. And Amazon is hitting our credit card left, right, center to bill, and there is no money available. So you need to check all of this before you start your ad. Please check this out. Very important. And if you understand what I just said now, you already know how you can make money from the Amazon platform with no dime, like without money on your credit card. You can push your book out for maximum visibility, make sales, and when it is time for the payment, you don't have the money, no problem. When your payment comes in, you pay them and you continue running ad again on the platform. Simple strategy that will help you make a lot of money from your book. Interesting, right? Yeah, I know it's very interesting that you get to know this today. So, yeah, example, if you are just getting started, your credit limit is $50. Your choosing payment method will be charged when you accumulate $50 in clicks revenue from your campaigns. Once you make this $50 payment, your credit limit will increase to $150. It's as simple as that. So when did Amazon charge you for whatever amount of money you have spent? You are charged when you accumulate your first $1 worth of click. So that is why I say you should have at least $3 to $5 on your card. So with that amount, when Amazon want to do their regular $1 charge, which is a test to know whether your card is active or ready for the next billing, they will be able to bill you successfully. And then the next billing will accumulate till the ending of the month before Amazon will not charge you. So you accumulate additional clicks that meet or exceed your credit limit. Amazon will charge you for that. So if within the month, let's say first week or second week of the month, you start your ad and your ad is already running above your credit limit, Amazon will want to charge you immediately. And that was what happened to me. You have a balance due for the previous month and you haven't reached your credit limit. Amazon will bill you, because I got this from the Amazon site directly, so that you know that I'm not fabricating this. I'm telling you exactly what Amazon billing strategy is all about. So they will charge you third day of each month. Sponsored display campaign will optimize for each strategy and sponsor brand using the grow brand impression share goal. Follow a VCPM model where you pay per 1,000 impression. So like sponsor product and all of that, lock screen ad. Lock screen ad. Sorry, you will be charged for 1,000 impressions. So every time you get 1,000 impression, Amazon will definitely bill you for that. I don't do lock screen ads, so I don't have much to say as far as that is concerned. So note, if you exceed your credit limit before the month is over, you may be charged more than once per month, because Amazon charges once per month. But if you exceed your credit limit, just like how it happens to me, I exceeded my credit limit and Amazon wanted to bill me for that. So you will see that there will be an invoice overlap. If you don't exceed your credit limit, you are charged only once per month, the first week of the month. That is when you are charged. So why is the spending amount on my invoice different from the amount on the campaign manager? Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you on your campaign manager, you spent $50, and when the invoice came to you, you saw $65 or you saw $55. Yeah. So the reason behind that is within the ad console, the spend column in the campaign manager dashboard shows the total clicks charges for your campaign. Amazon ad click validation process influence the date range in which clicks charge are reported. The click validation process that determines whether clicks are valid may take up to 3 days to complete. Yeah, so all those clicks that are going on your ad and all of that, most of the time their click validation system takes up to 3 days. That is why when you start your campaign, within 2 days, if you go to your dashboard, most of the time they will show you no available data not available. You understand? Because your click validation process is not up with the whole valid information about the clicks that has goes on your, or the clicks that has come to your ad. Sorry, let me put it that way. You get it? So it takes 3 days for that validation system to wrap up with the process and then report the information on your dashboard. So if, for instance, your ad closed on $50 for the clicks that have been reported, right? And now in 3 days time, you are getting your invoice. And in 3 days time, other clicks were now validated and added to your dashboard. There might be an increase or a decrease, because if at the end of the day, they validated all the clicks that came to your ad and some of the clicks were invalid, it will be removed. So instead of you getting 50 clicks, you might get 45 clicks because they remove some clicks, some invalid. So after validating all the clicks that came to your ad, Amazon will remove the invalid clicks and then add the invalid clicks. So depending on how the case might be for you, if the added clicks is more than the one that was already reflected on your dashboard, there will be an increase in click, and automatically your billing will increase. Yeah, so that's how it works. So how do I settle my account balance? So there are situations whereby, you have due payment, you need to make that payment and all of that. All you just have to do is to use the pay now button to settle outstanding balance on your account. So if this is a screenshot from my dashboard, and the reason behind that is I don't have any outstanding payments to be made, right? So, but if there is an outstanding payment that I need to make, what I just have to do is to click on pay now. And the reason behind that is because, okay, let's say there was a situation whereby Amazon could not charge me automatically, right? If they couldn't bill me automatically, I will have to do the payment by clicking on what? Pay now. But Amazon billing happens automatically as far as there is money on your card, and your account have not been suspended. Immediately there is money, as far as there is money on that card, and immediately you hit your credit limit or whatever, you'll be charged automatically. Yeah. So when does Amazon charges your ad spent payment? Yeah. Sorry, it's supposed to be you, not you, right? If you don't exceed, I'm just trying to emphasize this so that you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So if you don't exceed your credit limit, you are charged only once per month, the first week of the month, right? Yeah, so that is all about this training, and I believe this will go a long way to educate you on how to run a successful Amazon ad. So, but to see the step-by-step approach on how I launch my campaign, set my campaign, choose the right keywords and all of that, remember to check the video on my YouTube channel. So all you just have to do is to come over to YouTube and search for Express Publishing. Express Publishing. You will see my channel. This is the logo of my channel, and then this is the channel name. As soon as you open it, you will see all the videos that I've gathered here for you guys. This video will educate you on the complete concept of Amazon KDP publishing, and you get to know a whole lot of stuff and how you can become a profitable publisher yourself. So make sure you check it out. And I have a dedicated playlist that I've created, and up to 57 videos on that playlist. So from that playlist, you will learn the complete information about how you can get started with your Amazon publishing business. I have videos ranging from creating your account, how you can get paid, how you can publish book, format your book, how you can get profitable topics to write on, and how you can generate cover design using AI, using Canva, and a whole lot of training have been packaged here for you to learn and master the process of Amazon publishing. So make sure you check it out, and whenever you have challenges or wherever you have challenges, you can reach me via the comment section, and I will make sure I respond to your comments and to your questions and give you the necessary support that you need. And if you feel you want to join my coaching program, you can join me, and I will show you exactly how you can get started on the publishing business, and then you learn a whole lot of stuff at a close range. I will add you to my Telegram group and also my WhatsApp group, where you can be reaching out to me on a daily basis to learn all the concept of publishing and how you can become a profitable publisher. Make sure you check out this channel, and you can even see a screenshot of all the testimonials, the earnings from myself and from my students, and how we have been able to make this thing work out for ourselves. And I will be very glad to teach you as well. So make sure you reach out to us. And so I really appreciate your time, and all of that, to stay through this course, to watch how to get started with Amazon ad. And I believe this will be a great opportunity and a big opening for you to make massive success or experience massive success as far as the Amazon publishing business is concerned. So write quality books before you venture into running ad, so that you won't run or generate traffic to a poorly listed product. So write quality books have quality cover design, have quality reviews, have quality A+ content, beautiful description. Everything should be perfect. Though there might not be a perfect book out there, but the things that are within your control, make sure that you have it at the best level, so that when customers come in contact with your product, they will be satisfied, and that will automatically convert to sales for you. So thank you, and God bless you.